Whoa, we are live, India. Hi, what's happening?
Hi, Mikey. I'm so excited to meet everybody and get to talk to them about Wig Medical.
Yeah, I'm excited too because we need a lot of people certified so they can start selling all these medical grade wigs that we are producing over at Private Label. But we won't get into that too much. We're going to give them people a few seconds to get on, waiting for a few people to come on. When you do hop on, there's a Q&A at the end. But to get started, I'm going to have the pleasure of introducing India to everybody that is watching live right now. Um, so let's see. Hey, yes. So people are already here. People are saying, hey, what's going on? So yeah, I'm glad everyone that's here made it, and we will take a copy of this and put it on your YouTube channel and other things, India. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started because oh wow, look at all the love real quick, India. Look, people are showing up, all the hellos, highs. Wow, this is nice. So people are showing up really nice for you tonight. Yeah, so thank you guys. We appreciate the support. The India, especially India here. So let's go ahead and get started with the Wig Medical agenda. Is this your first like public live meeting, India, for
It
Wig
is.
Medical?
It is. We did one for the students a few weeks ago, but this is my first live event. I'm so excited. Hi to everybody that's joining.
Okay, well, cool. So I'm going to go ahead and go over the agenda, and then I'm going to kind of let India take over. So just to get started, India wanted to make sure you guys know they have plenty of 5-star reviews about the course for Wig Medical. So if you're thinking about taking the course, make sure that you obviously leave the reviews. If you've been following me for a while, I really push hard for getting reviews, especially in the beginning of any business. So you guys should honestly really watch India because I am, step by step helping her along in this journey. So first things first, definitely make sure you check out those reviews. But to get into this, so today's points, what India is going to be talking about. First, she's going to do a Wig Medical introduction. Meet India Mason. We're all excited to hear more about who you are. Of course, we did do a podcast on Hair Biz Radio. There's a lot of clips out there. I think the full episode's about to go up. Um, what is a cranial prosthesis specialist? So I'm sure you can answer that very well. Who do they serve? Which obviously is very important. This is something, once you really talk about who they serve, I think everyone will totally agree the importance of this industry. How do I become a cranial prosthesis specialist? I think that's the whole point of why India's here, because she's got Wig Medical, the course. She's going to do a course breakdown and then the bonuses for the course. And also we'll have at the end a Q&A where you can ask India anything about the course, about medical grade wigs, all this great information. And I might even throw a little bit about the marketing in there because I think that's pretty important. So India, if you want to go ahead and get started with the introduction, talk about Wig Medical and kind of go from there.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mikey. So, Wig Medical is a comprehensive certification course that certifies students to be able to accept health insurance for medical grade wigs. And so, the purpose of Wig Medical is to ensure that our students are, prepared to go out into the medical grade wig world. We have a lot of clients that suffer medical related hair loss. And so, it's really important that we get cranial prosthesis specialist certified so that we can provide for the students that have the need for these type of units. My name is India Mason. I am a cranial prosthesis specialist. I started out just in the cosmetic industry, selling fashion wigs is what we call non-medical grade wigs, but selling fashion wigs, selling bundles, and I really I think I found my niche because I like to make women feel good. So that was really important to me. And that is kind of like the motto of my cosmetic brand was providing women the ability to be able to kind of change your hair with the versatility, all of that was really, really important to me. And so I started to learn a little bit about medical related hair loss towards the middle of 2020, just in my matriculation at school. And I saw that there was a need for not only, women in the cosmetic industry, but women in the medical industry as well, to have access to wigs that would give them a sense of normalcy as well. So I did a little research and I discovered that these wigs could be covered through insurance companies, meaning that we didn't have to bill the clients right out for these expensive wigs, because these wigs are very expensive. And oftentimes they're a burden for customers and clients because they can't afford a $1,600 wig. And this is medical grade equipment. So the materials are different. They take longer to produce. And all around, just it's not something that a standard client would have a budget for every 3 months. So I did more research and I found out that, as a cranial prosthesis specialist, I could bill insurance companies for these units and allow women to have the same sense of normalcy that they did in the cosmetic line. So that's kind of how Wig Medical got started, because I understood there was such a lack of information regarding medical grade wigs that I knew that I wanted to kind of get the word out there and certify other cranial prosthesis specialists so that we too could make a difference in the lives of many women, and not only women, men and children as well across the United States. So that's kind of how Wig Medical got started. And since then, we've certified multiple cranial prosthesis specialists, and I'm so excited to certify many more. We serve.
I'm coming. I'm
Yeah,
one of them coming. I'm almost done. So she was giving me hell today. So yes.
we're excited for everybody to get the knowledge out there and really be able to just help people. That's the ultimate goal. Just help our clients maintain a sense of normalcy. So
Okay, awesome. So let's just keep moving on.
Okay. And so who do they serve? That's a really good question. I know when you think about units, we automatically kind of go towards women, or like, that's kind of because traditionally we have more women that are customers for fashion wigs. However, as a cranial prosthesis specialist, you will service men, children, anybody that suffers from medical related hair loss is a potential client for you. I have clients that are children that suffer from cancer, chemo, radiation, and have hair loss. I have men that have hair loss related to trauma and stress. So all of these clients are potential customers for cranial prosthetics. So as a cranial prosthesis specialist, these are all the demographics and genders that you will serve.
Awesome. Awesome. So I guess up next is, how do you become a cranial prosthesis specialist, India?
So in order to become a cranial prosthesis specialist, you have to complete a cranial prosthesis specialist certification course. So within the course, you learn how to bill insurance companies, you learn how to make sure your business is in compliance, you learn how to fill out the different CAQH forms, how to obtain an NPI. All of these things are necessary to becoming a practicing cranial prosthesis specialist. So Wig Medical's course definitely is comprehensive and walks you through step by step on how to do those things. I can kind of go into the course breakdown. The course is 7 chapters, and it's extensive with all of the information needed to become certified. So we have chapter 1, where we talk about what a cranial prosthesis specialist is. And again, a cranial prosthesis specialist is a person that's certified to bill insurance companies for medical grade wigs. A cranial prosthesis specialist is someone that is knowledgeable about medical related hair loss, knowledgeable about being HIPAA compliant. All of these things are under the umbrella of being a cranial prosthesis specialist. In chapter 2 of the course, we kind of talk about different insurance plans and policies. And chapter 3, we go on and talk about how to get in network. We walk you step by step on how to get in network with these insurance companies. In chapter 4, we go and we dig deeper into consultations, because as a cranial prosthesis specialist, consultations are very important. You'll be meeting with clients, assessing the type of medical related hair loss, as well as determining which cranial prosthetic unit is best suitable for their lifestyle. In chapter 5, we discuss finance. And just like some of you may already have existing hair companies, some of you may have businesses in other fields. We talk a lot about finance. Just like any business, you talk about, being in compliance. So since we're working with insurance companies, documentation is extremely important. We talk about how to fill out your super bill, how to be on alert for a healthcare fraud. I will note a positive with medical grade wigs is that you don't see a lot of chargebacks. This is because, yes, I know, see you over there, Mikey, like, yes. This is because you're billing insurance companies. So your client is actually walking through the process with you step by step. So this reduces the likelihood of a chargeback because this unit is customized for your client. In chapter 6, we talk a lot about networking and marketing. With any business, again, you will have to network, you will have to market because you aren't the only cranial prosthesis specialist out there. However, you do want to make sure that you're in network with dermatologists because your clients will be referred from dermatologists. So something I like to tell students a lot is if you're able to market to the dermatologist, they can refer you clients, and then you can have, you can become the go-to cranial prosthesis specialist in your area. And then chapter 7 is the final exam. It's a comprehensive exam of all of the chapters in the course. And in order to pass and become certified, you have to score an 80% or above. And so upon the completion of the course, you'll receive your lab coat, your certificate, and you can begin practicing right away. So that's kind of just a brief breakdown of the course, Mikey.
I know it was a lot, guys. And as you're watching this, I know you probably have a lot of questions. Go ahead and leave them in the comments. You can leave them in the comments now, and we're going to go back through, and I'm going to help walk India through to make sure that we get everything answered, because I see some great comments with some good questions already. So go ahead while you're watching this. If you have any questions, leave a question and we'll get right back to you on that, because it's very important that not only you hear this, but I'm sure a lot of people have questions. So what I always think is cool, and this is something that I was like, all right, India, we got to, like, if you guys know me, I'm like, okay, value. We need to, we need to provide, make sure you provide as much value as possible and continue to add value. So that is where I think it's really important that, the bonuses come in. So here we go. India, if you can go ahead and talk about where you currently are with the bonuses, but I know we've talked about you releasing some more stuff coming soon, but so let's go ahead and get you to go through some of these bonuses.
Absolutely. So Mikey, as you mentioned, we're constantly updating the course. And as a student in the course, you have access to all of these updates. So as we talk to students and hear their experiences, as I am also a practicing cranial prosthesis specialist, as I see clients and this will be a great addition to the course, we add to it. So the first one is the Get in Network Insurance Company Checklist. So after the course, you'll, apply to be in network with insurance companies. The process to get in network, because of the paperwork, takes about 30 to 45 days on the insurance company's part. They have to process all of documentation, make sure that your business is in compliance. And so in the Get in Network Insurance Company Checklist, what we've done is included mailing addresses, phone numbers, as well as super bills for each insurance company in that company checklist. Then we have the post-course checklist. So this one is really helpful because after you've completed the course, you may feel like, okay, what's next? Because it's a lot of information within the course. So we've kind of condensed the post-course checklist to give you a step-by-step of what happens next. Then we have social media hashtags. So these hashtags are, really, really lucrative for marketing because these are hashtags that are going to make your accounts visible, your posts visible, and kind of put you in the neighborhood of where you need to be, where your clients are. We have also a partner program. So this is our affiliate program. So if you're a current student, a prospective student, or if you kind of already finished the course, what this will allow you to do is earn cash for referring students to our Wig Medical course. we believe in our course so much that we want you to be able to talk to your friends about it and allow them to get certified as well. And this is probably my most favorite bonus. I love all of the bonuses, but I think this one right here is stellar. Our Wig Medical directory listing. So what this is, if you've already kind of applied, if you've already gotten the course, you'll see it kind of in the beginning, or you put in your information, it's a few questions, and it lists you in a directory which will allow clients to find you locally. So you'll become a part of a cranial prosthesis directory locally. So if I'm in Arizona and I type in cranial prosthesis specialist near me, and your name, if you're a cranial prosthesis specialist in Arizona, your name will come up. And so what we found is that our Wig Medical students are listing number one as cranial prosthesis specialists in their area. This is really big because, as you can see, we have in Newport News, Virginia, Frances Armstrong. I don't know, Frances, if you're on this live, but she is the number one search. She comes up as the number one result in her area as a cranial prosthesis specialist. And this came just from her completing her directory listing. So clients that are looking for cranial prosthesis specialists in Newport News, Virginia will see Frances's name first. So this is really good with marketing. This will help get your name and your business out there. So all around, a really, really good bonus. And I would encourage current students, if you haven't completed your directory listing yet, go do it so that you can pop up in these search results for cranial prosthesis specialists.
Yeah, so the directory portion is so very important. When you guys are filling out the form, make sure that you create something very comprehensive. I'm saying a minimum of 500 words is always best. Take your time filling this out. If you can go to 1,000 words, tell a little bit more about your story. I mean, this is a good example here where you can see that right away. This person you can see here. So this is the maps. Kind of the maps is the top part, but then the actual first listing is, you can see Wig Medical, and this will only become stronger and stronger over time as this platform grows. So if you really think about it, selling one wig, with the insurance and how much you actually make from those wigs, something like this, and just being here, being able to get free referrals, this is something that other courses are not going to do. I think that was an important thing, because it's not only important to be certified, but it's also important to know how to market your brand and get it out there. And, we have a bunch of questions coming up because we are getting to the Q&A section. But why it's so important for me is because we are already producing medical grade wigs at private label. We're going to implement it in the drop shipping system. So you'll find out that medical grade wigs generally have a lead time anywhere from 60 to 90 days sometimes. So it takes a long time to get these. We want to have these in stock and drop ship them for clients. So I think that's really important. So it's incredibly important for me, especially for our clients and people in the group, that they are getting certified, getting ready to sell these, because on my side, I don't want them just to sit there. So as much as I can help with, pushing this, that makes a lot of sense. So India, are you ready to answer a few questions?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So first question here, did you have to go through state board to be a cranial prosthesis specialist?
So the answer to that, in short, is no. You do not need to go through state board because you're not a physician. So you're not a practicing physician. You're just supplying medical grade equipment. So as long as you are HIPAA compliant, as long as you have a legal functioning MPI and you're in compliance with the CAQH, you can be a practicing cranial prosthesis specialist. That's a really great question.
Okay, so the next one, and I like this one because I think a lot of people get a little bit confused between, what a cranial prosthesis specialist is, and then what somebody that actually applies and installs the wig. So here's the next question: what about applying the units?
So this course is for supplying medical grade wigs. So a hair loss specialist is actually the term for someone that will apply those wigs. We haven't created a course yet for that, but I won't say that we won't. But right now, this course is just strictly for supplying medical grade wigs to clients.
So basically, when she says that, she means, because I'm, pretty I've learned a lot in this course myself, which has been great. Basically, it gives you the ability to sell these wigs, usually working with a dermatologist, Cancer Foundation. There's tons and tons of organizations. It gives you the ability to sell the wig to the client, but bill their insurance. And that's really the key, is being able to work directly with an insurance company, because I love how that sounds. Because the insurance companies are really good at making sure you get paid. So here's the next one. Does this course teach you how to measure how to install? So it's pretty much the same kind of question, but pretty similar. I think it's pretty much the same answer, but India.
Yeah, so that would be kind of like the same thing. So we're not really an application certification course. We're just the supplier of the medical grade wigs. So your client, and I will add, a good point is to get in network and market with hair loss specialists so that you can refer your clients to them once they've purchased their unit from you.
Okay, so let's keep going. Do you have to be a cosmetologist to do this, or a natural hair stylist license?
You do not have to be a cosmetologist or hold a stylist license at all.
Okay, perfect. Where do we purchase the wigs from, or can we make them? The making them is real. Like, okay, so there's fashion wigs, and when I say fashion wigs, that's because obviously I've been in the fashion wig industry for 9 years now. But the medical grade wigs is a totally different cap, and to make those is very, very complicated relative to the wigs that is on the fashion side. So the standard lace fronts and those types of wigs. So do you want to add anything to that, India?
So over at Wig Medical, we're currently still working through vendors because we want to make sure that we provide the best quality. But I know Mikey over at Private Label, they will have some soon. So once they're ready, we'll kind of let you guys know. Mikey will let everybody know. But again, and kind of what you said, Mikey, they're very difficult to make because the material is different. They won't have the same material as a traditional full lace or a lace front unit.
Yeah, I actually posted in the group some pictures of the medical grade wig caps. I actually have more coming. So those are something maybe we can throw up on Wig Medical for people to see. It's a much more complicated issue. And I just want to make sure very clear, you don't have to purchase wigs from Private Label if you take this course. Like, you're free to use whatever vendor you want. I just try to make it generally easy for people. And one of my missions in this industry, because the cancer side and everything is very, very important to me. If you've read my book, you probably have a good understanding why. Is we've recently really worked hard. If you see the invisible hairline wigs on Private Label, and how you have the most natural hairline for like a manufactured, in bulk kind of wig made. I want to bring that to the medical wig side too, and start working with manufacturers on creating that more custom, natural looking hairline, because medical grade wigs aren't something that you're going to want tweezers and start plucking through like a lace. Totally different story here. So next question. Hi, where do you buy, once again, the wig caps? And to install the hair, is it ventilated?
I can answer the second portion of the question, but the first portion would kind of be a similar answer. So in some units, the hair is ventilated. It really just depends on the type of medical related hair loss that the client has, as well as their preference. You have some clients that want units that they can wear 24 hours out of the day. Some clients want to take them on and off if they have to apply medication or antibiotics to their scalp. We see that a lot with burn and trauma victims. So depending on the specific unit and the client's preference will determine if it's ventilated.
Okay, perfect. And then, does this cover types of hair loss, and which type of wig would be suitable for each hair loss type? Now that's a whole course. That's a whole section of the course, I think. But I think that's covered in the course pretty well.
Yeah. So we do detail the different types of hair loss within the course, as well as go through which unit is best suitable for each type of medical related hair loss.
Yeah. So somebody just wanted to let us know I still need to complete my directory part. Yes, you do. Like,
Yes,
this
yes,
is
yes, yes.
such good free marketing for you guys. Like, just the directory is probably worth the value of the whole entire course. So I would take this very serious. If you're going to be in the course, you're going to take this seriously. Unless you have all these other ways to get the clients, which you might. Congratulations, get in that directory. It's so great. Let's see here. How long do students have access to the course? That's a great question.
That's a really great question. So after purchasing the course, it's a lifetime access. So any bonuses or changes that we add to the course, you can see those in real time. Also, we like to call Wig Medical a network. So I've spoken to a lot of students that have had questions or just kind of wanted to reach out to me and let me know how their business was doing. Don't hesitate to email me. We can set up Zoom calls and talk, and you have, but to answer your question, lifetime access to the course.
Great. Let's see. Will there be marketing materials available for partners who want to help sell the class? I would have to say yes on that one, right?
Yes. And so a really big thing, I think the biggest marketing material is the directory, allowing, clients to see. You can pull up your name in the directory and they'll be able to see kind of where you're listed, as well as, we have our social media hashtag posts that will help, attract your target audience, which will be your clients, dermatologists. So I think all of those are marketing materials as well to help sell the course.
Yeah, I think also getting back to the partner program and having marketing materials for it, one of the best things you can do is actually complete the course. India sends you a coat just like she's wearing, a beautiful certificate. And literally, if you post this and you just say, "Hey, I just finished my course. It's been amazing." If you know anybody that's a dermatologist, make sure and refer them. If you're a hairstylist or just anybody that wants to get this in this industry, let me know and send me a message. And that's honestly, I see the most interaction when people post their coats and their certificates. And that's why, India, the certificates look so good. I think it's so important to look good for social media. So here's another question. Do you create wigs with a particular cap? I'm guessing that would be the medical grade caps, and yes, they are very different than what you are used to with lace.
Yeah, they are completely different. Because you have these clients, they want a sense of normalcy. So most times you'll see that clients want a material that mimics skin because they want to be able to wear these wigs 24 hours out of the day. In most cases, again, trauma victims or burn victims, they may have to apply antibiotics or medication to their scalp. In that case, they might not want to wear their wig all day long, but yes, the caps are extremely different.
Okay, just a quick comment. Somebody wanted to let us know they love their coat, so that's awesome. This is a
Congratulations.
Yeah, this is a really good one. Is the course self-paced? Is it group or one-on-one session, pre-recorded videos?
So the course is self-guided and self-paced. You can complete it as quickly or as slowly as you'd like. There are pre-recorded videos for each section where I kind of go in depth and explain in detail key points from the section.
Okay, perfect. Let's see. So the clients come to you, you consult with them, you tell them what kind of wig they should get, and they buy from you. You don't have to measure the head to send to a vendor.
So this is actually a really good question. Since the client is coming to you with the prescription from the dermatologist has the measurements on the prescription. You're just fulfilling their prescription. Essentially, like CVS fulfills your medication based on your height and weight, but that information is sent over from your physician. It's essentially the same exact thing.
Let's see. This one says, say again, you need NPI and in compliance with who?
So it's NPI, and that's your National Provider Identification Number. and you have to be HIPAA compliant as well as with CAQH. But we also detail all of those things in the course when we talk about getting a network.
Okay. So let's see here. So we don't have to make them, just sell them. I don't think many people are making the medical grade wigs standalone. That's very, very time consuming. Let's see. Mikey can private label custom a website for medical grade wigs. I think this is something Wig Medical is probably going to offer soon. And down the line, it's going to be part of the dropship program because I think it's very important. And I want to make sure that people have easy access to these wigs quickly. And that's why stocking them here in the US and holding an inventory of these wigs are very, very expensive. I mean, the cost of them generally are much higher than the normal, even 13x6 HD beautiful wig. These wigs are still twice as much. Like, they're really expensive, but having them available quickly, I think, is really key. Let's see. I am certified ventilator wig. I can help with the measurements if anyone needs to. So that's a comment in there. You can reach out to that person. Let's see here. In terms of marketing, what key points should we be sure to advertise on our websites? One thing I always say is have information based around what you're offering. Too many times I tell people, first thing you do when you have your website is make sure you have 4, 6, 8, 10 blog posts with tons of information. I know people are like, well, it takes so long to write these. Well, yeah, that's just part of the process. So I think having some good photos on your website, tons of information, maybe record some videos. You don't actually have to spend a lot of money recording videos anymore. I mean, just with the iPhone, I don't know if you guys have one of the newer iPhones, you can use the portrait mode. Get one of the tripods. I don't have one here on me at the moment, but you can get like a tripod with your iPhone, portrait mode, and it will look really, really professional. Maybe come up with like a nice background, something like that. I would just start creating videos, social media. If you launch an Instagram page, make sure you get 16, 20 posts on there immediately. You can pull those over to your website so people can see that. Once you get your website going, you definitely need to get reviews for social proof. Let's see here. I am going through here. Do you teach how about this one? Do you teach live how to properly submit CMS 1500 offering billing systems?
That's a really great question. So as of right now, Cranial Prosthesis Specialist, we don't deal with CMS 1500 claim forms because cranial prosthetics are not covered under Medicare and Medicaid. However, I don't know if you guys know about Representative Ayanna Pressley trying to reintroduce the bill to get medical grade wigs covered through Medicare and Medicaid. But if she's successful, we will probably, inform our students on how to properly bill CMS 1500s. But as of right now, we don't include that in the course because it's not covered through Medicare and Medicaid.
Okay, so let's see. We got a couple more questions here and then we got to hop off. I really like this one. This might be a good one for the bonus section is, will there be a seal to add to our website to show our certification? That's actually a really, I'm not sure because the way this works, like unless you kind of pre-register, we don't know exactly who you are till we go back and look inside the course. So that would be something I think, India, you need to write down right now and add to the bonuses. So whoever this is, I will find you in the group or wherever you left that message and just say thank you, because that's actually a brilliant idea. You know what she's talking, or whoever the user is talking about, it's just like a seal, and you can use that image and it says like Wig Medical certified, something like that. So really cool. Here's one for you, India.
Okay, so CAQH, and it is the Council for Affordable Quality Healthcare, and it is the credentialing system that insurance companies use to ensure that physicians, providers, cranial prosthesis specialists, anybody that is billing the insurance companies or trying to become a network with insurance companies, this is just how they check that you're in compliance.
Okay, perfect. All right, guys. I think India did a fantastic job here today. And if anyone has any questions, your email india@wigmedical.com.
Yes, INDIA@wigmedical.com.
Okay, so make sure you check out India at wigmedical.com. And of course, wigmedical.com is the website for this. India, if you could also remember just to try to go through these comments if there was something we missed or some additional things, because as this sits on the internet, I'm sure people are going to come through and, come up with additional questions. So we got to make sure that that gets serviced. And other than that, guys, it's Thursday night. Appreciate your time. I know India appreciates your time. This was great. Man, I need to go live more often. This is so much fun. Love you guys so much. So
Thank you
thank
guys
you
so
so
much for
much.
joining.
Yeah,
If
thank you
you have any
guys. And
additional questions, feel free to email me. I am always available to answer questions and connect with you guys however I can.
okay, thank you so much, guys. And we'll make sure this stays up there if you need to watch it again. It'll be up on the website.